It is the future, and the predictions of climate change scientists have become incontrovertible. So humanity finally decides to take control of its future, with population reduction being seen as a #1 priority. Despite initial protestations from religious groups, universal birth control becomes not only freely available and morally acceptable to all, but becomes the norm. The link between sexual congress and childbirth becomes more tenuous and finally dissolves completely, and a generation comes to maturity for whom sex is always and only ever an end in itself. Children are occasionally brought into the world, but only by a tiny minority, and this is regarded as little more than an idiosyncratic hobby, akin to stamp collecting or religious observance. The human population gradually diminishes. Resources are more and more easily available. Small communities reform. As children disappear from the population, the places they occupied empty and are given over to other uses. Schools and playgrounds are turned into libraries, museums and cinemas. The streets of our towns and cities transform into mature environments where well-rested, educated grown-ups can stroll at their leisure without the clamour of infant-centred advertising. And adult conversations can be had about adult concerns without anyone saying, "But what about the children?" International air travel is no longer an unpleasant experience. These finally fully formed adult individuals begin to realise both the benefits of living with a disposable income, which they are not obliged to commit to child-rearing, and with this they also realise the foolishness of excess. Without the need to store up resources for their descendants, people become less acquisitive and more caring of one another. Earth is a planet of love and mutual compassion, and the age of Aquarius finally dawns. People listen to each other as they age and grow old in unhurried unison. The last humans on Earth tenderly care for one another as they move together toward the last dying of the light. The end of humanity is the end of the Song of Songs, a long sustained note of perfect pitch that echoes into a rapturous silence. Your eyes and mine close forever on this strangest of eons, and the most beautiful flowers break into blossom on the spot where we eternally lie.